Hello, YouTube. There's been something I want to talk about. It's a hard subject to talk about, but I feel like I have to speak. As of now, I have subscribers. Plural. I had one sub, now I got two. It feels good. It feels good to know that someone's out there listening. I want to talk about my virginity. Yeah. But now, before I go on, I want to say I'm not a very successful person. I've always been somewhat depressed. Just the way I was raised was it's very hard to talk about. Yeah. Why I am where I am right now? I don't think it's gatekeeping. No. I don't think it's holding out on people. I've always been very, what's the word? Insecure. Yeah. Which is one of the main points why I started the channel. Let's start with where I'm from. Yeah. I'm from the Philippines. I was born there. Excuse me. Up to about when I was 6, I moved to America, right here in California. And I know this sounds redundant, but I've always been insecure about my ear. Yeah. It's a deformity. I don't really know why, but I always want to hide it. I don't like being criticized. As a kid, I always avoided criticism. I didn't like that. It was hard enough to speak English, but once you understand it, the criticisms that come through my ears, it hurts me because as a kid, I couldn't really answer it. So I felt pretty alienated coming here. Didn't really know anybody. I just kept it to myself, really. I knew I was different. Not because I was from a different place. I just felt different. As a kid, I remember scribbling on crayons on a piece of paper, and I would constantly be instructed to stop. I remember that. I remember being yelled at. But I wouldn't stop. It was just fun. Yeah, it was very artistic. What was I saying? I remember in preschool or kindergarten, I'm not sure what it was. I remember the kids I was in a class with. And then the next year, they were in a different class. And I was wondering to myself, why wasn't I with them? And a new group was introduced, and I became part of that group. And it just became clear. That's how I knew. I think I got held back. I didn't know English, so I had to run through the same course again. And it seemed familiar. And it makes me think why I'm a lot older than all my classmates all throughout school. So it wasn't my fault. I was just raised very odd. I can't control where I'm born. So throughout first grade and sixth grade, I became really shy. I still felt different. I was still in a learning state. I didn't know how much potential I had in me. And the first thing I would do is observe everybody. And I realized I couldn't write with my right hand. Everybody was writing with the right hand. I'm a lefty. And I felt really alienated. They say it's a gift, but I didn't know back then, so I just became so shy and quiet. And I tried to wear hats in school. They'd always tell me to take it off. didn't help because my ear would show. So I felt alienated, I felt very shy. I just felt different. And it was very hard to concentrate with school. I don't know if anyone feels that way, but that was me as a child. All the way up until 6th grade. Now 7th grade. This is probably the hardest thing to talk about. Well, let's first talk about the way I was raised inside the home. Now, don't get it wrong. I love my dad. I love him to death. I'm still here living with him. But it's just the way he raised us. It's just, I really hate it. We'd all get spanked. If one of us did something wrong, we'd all get the belt. I really hated that. He wasn't precise with it. He had a lack of understanding. It was very love-hate between us. I think the cruelest punishment I've ever received from him, it was this one time we went down to my aunt's and there was a party. And I was eating and it gave me gas. Yeah, it was very gassy. And then when we went home, as we were driving, I couldn't hold it, and I just gassed up the car. He got mad, and my brothers and sisters were laughing, but I couldn't help to laugh too. But the way he thought of it, he thought I was trolling him or something. I really couldn't hold it. It's so weird. And he told me I was gonna get the belt, so as we were driving, so I felt really scared. We got home. He told me to lay down. In Tagalog, dapa. Very cold words. Very cold. And I got the belt. My mom just watched. She's not from here. She's from the Philippines too. So she has to obey everything the father says. No, my family's not perfect. And I love my dad. I love him. I just wish he knew better. That's all. Because now here's the hard part. In 7th grade, was about 12 or 13. And he told me it was time. I had to get circumcised. I didn't have an opinion on it. I kept saying no, I didn't want this. But I had to man up. He trained me to be a soldier. I just said, fuck it, you know? Blend in with the crowd. I got no opinions. Whatever. Cut my foreskin. That affected me so much socially. So weird. All my friends, they were able to just speak normally to girls, but for me, I was just, fuck, dude. Just really shy. Just shy as it gets. Just couldn't talk to anybody. I never told anyone about this. I'm just saying it now. It was so weird, man. Because I had this really hot teacher, and all I could think of was 1 + 1. That would really hurt me. Because I'd have this boner, and it fucking hurt. I couldn't think about shit. I wasn't allowed to think about it all throughout 7th grade. It was such a fucking weird... goddamn, dude. You YouTubers are gonna have something to talk about. Yeah. I got something to fuel for you. I got no shame. I gotta speak this out, man. This is real. It's on record. Yeah. So skipping junior high, let's go to high school. So no hats in class. Okay. So I started growing my hair out. I think I just learned about my horoscope, which is a Virgo. I thought, why not? Grow my hair out. I couldn't care. As long as it hit my ear. Let them think I'm a girl. Whatever. I let my hair grow out, but it was very curly. So I looked like a curly top. I looked like a poodle head. I don't know the term. So I started straightening it. I got snobby. you know? I thought I looked like a cool cat. Cat Williams. I just started straightening it. It worked too, because in 9th grade, I had this girl sitting next to me. I could tell she was insecure too. She hid her face. I thought she was really cute. And then one day, I drew her a panda. Well, I didn't just draw it. I asked her first what she liked. And then I drew it. And then we started holding hands. We went out for about a month. Just teen love, you know? Not really talking, just looking at each other, waiting for the door to open to get to class. I don't really know what to call it. But we went out for about a month. And then one day I asked her if she wanted to go to the movies. So she met me there. I wasn't there to watch anything. I just wanted to be with her. It was so odd, because we didn't go to the movies. We ended up going to a spot and we just sat there just making out for like an hour. And then we went back to the movies. She got picked up and I never saw her again. I think she told her parents what happened. I bet they see me as a creep. Misunderstood my whole life. They don't even know me. And I never got to meet her parents. So I got depressed. All the way up to 10th grade, I felt depressed, man. Then all my grades went from A's to F's. It's like I'm only driven by emotion. And there's a clear contrast between my sadness and happiness. I didn't want to be sad, but I wasn't happy. So I became angry, very angry. I didn't care about my grades anymore. As soon as I took my tests, I picked the wrong answers on purpose. It's just, I didn't see a purpose of why I was living. I didn't socialize really. I guess the only thing I kept thinking about was skateboarding. It was my only window. My only escape, really. But I dropped out in the middle of 10th grade. I went to different schools. And then I just decided to get my GED. I stopped grooming my hair. I started locking them up. Put the dreadlocks on. Just a very depressed person. Just very dread-headed. Dreadful minded. That's how I went on. I just felt like I was a piece of shit throughout my life. And it wasn't even my fault. So now where am I? Got my GED. Failed in my dreams. Just wasn't good enough at skating, I guess. I tried to go to college. Me and my dad had an argument about books. And then all of a sudden he reached for my neck. And it just triggered. I just couldn't handle it anymore. Fight or flight response. And I started swinging. That was the very first time I ever retaliated. I don't know why he tried to choke me. I don't get it. I was just trying to get books. So he kicked me out. And I was living out in the streets for about a month, almost a month. I tried to finish college. I was just trying to get 15 credits so that I could get into the Air Force, because they wouldn't accept GEDs. Not without 15 credits. I still find it really depressing. I find it really, really depressing. I'm not as equivalent as they say. GED is supposed to be equivalent, right? Equivalent to a high school diploma? Not true. I'll be in the bottom of the list when it comes to being hired. So, one day I called back, and my mom was worried about me. I was living on eggs. I didn't have anything to cook it on. All I had was my wisdom. I ended up living in a van with one of my friend's uncle. He threw away his life. He lives in a van. He's addicted to meth. And that's something I didn't touch at all. He let me live there. He was a really nice person. And I had my food stamps. So I was able to provide them something. I didn't just live in there for free. And I buy weed, and I try to make money out of weed. I try to sell it. I didn't get far. I think I only had about 20 bucks in my pocket. I was trying to figure out how to multiply. But after 3 weeks, he didn't want me in there anymore. In fact, I think he kind of hated me. He didn't like that I smoke weed. He didn't like that I didn't like what he was doing. I tried to tell him to stop. Try to change him. Fucking meth heads, man. I swear. They're the funniest. They're so weird, dude. They're so fucking weird. I'm not. Man. Yeah, at that point, I cutted my hair. I cut my hair. I was homeless. I felt shameless, man. I didn't care anymore. But I called my parents. Well, no, not my dad, just my mom. She was worrying about me. She told me to come back. And I asked her, how's dad? And she said, don't worry about it. My dad only worried about my mom. And if my mom was sad, he'd do anything for her. And she was sad. She was sad. So I told her where I was at. She picked me up. And I stopped going to college. I lost the motivation. I just stayed here. My dad kept silent. He knew what he did was wrong. I can't blame him though. There's 5 of us. It must be hard raising 5 kids. But fuck, dude. I don't think I was raised correctly. I really don't. That's why I hold on to wisdom. I'm not very intellectual. Pretty wise. So here I am now. 26. Still a virgin. And I'm okay with it. Yeah. You know, wisdom comes a long way. Things will resonate in your heart. And I can't be angry all my life. Can't be sad either. I just learned to accept things. Time is the only thing I value. Time is everything. It makes money look petty in terms of measurement. Will I find another girl? I hope so. But I don't think I should jump to it. Why have sex now? I never had sex. And if I depend on wisdom, it should be holy wisdom, don't you think? Right now I'm in a state of questioning. I'm always questioning things. But I feel it's very healthy. Very healthy. I might have to go look for a Christian girl, you know? Find someone that values me. I'm not out to just lose it. I want to get married. I think dating would be a testament to faithfulness, you know? I want someone faithful. I don't want her to cheat. I want her to love me for being me. Is that too hard to understand? Well, I'll just be a laughing stock on YouTube. It's alright. Those that laugh at me will laugh at me. It's okay. I don't care. If I'm fuel for their fire, good for them. I'm still alive. You gotta see the positive side of things. Yeah. The sun's up. I know I'm handsome. I'll find the right girl. But no sex till marriage. I think that's the way to go. You know, if you're a middle-aged virgin, talk about it. Start a YouTube channel. Don't just be hiding in the comment sections. That's what they want you to do. They want to make fun of your kind, but at the same time, they want you to be there in the comment section, racking up likes. It just... You're throwing your life away, man. You have a voice. You should speak. Don't let hate resonate in your heart, or you end up like Elliot Rodger. You want to go out massacring people just because you're a virgin. That's what an incel does. Do I have anything else to say? I think that's all I have to say. Step outside, man. It feels good out here. Or don't. Stay in the comment sections. Don't have a voice. You gotta be stronger than that, man. Don't be so easily tainted. It's your life. Broadcast yourself. Do it. Come on. I have no shame. I'm a good person. I got a good heart. You know, Jesus was a virgin. Think about that. Think about it. I know I'm not Jesus, but I can pretend. Just be with God. That's all. That's my message. Be with God. God bless. God bless all of you.